think that we are streaming. That I don't 100% know, but it says I am. I'm going to refresh this real quick. I guess we are, in fact, live. And I'm just double checking. Okay, as far as I know, I am live. I'm just going to refresh to make sure that it looks good. I'm just checking also a message real quick while I wait for anybody to show up. Let's see. Okay. Cool. All right. So, well, if you guys are watching, we're here in Dungeon Alchemist, and I'm just gonna play around. And yeah, if you like the video, you know, you can comment and all of that kind of stuff. I'm just making sure everything is good and going. I hope that is the case. If you're seeing this and you're not hearing audio or something or whatever, just try to send me a chat. If you are and everything looks good, send me a chat, or my comments or whatever will work. All right, so I'm just gonna start off with a room, and I don't know. I'm just gonna look at these categories we've got here and kind of decide what I want to do. I have this game that I'm thinking about creating, like a whole new system again, based on turn of the century, around Tesla's time, etc. Excuse me, etc. It's not about. It's not steampunk. It's not about Tesla. It's not about things like that. But it would take place in stuff like mansions and streets and that kind of stuff. But there is some magic and interesting stuff going on. So yeah, I'm just kind of curious as to what could happen here. Let's just start with a great hall, and I'm assuming these squares are about well, let's find out what the size is. I'm just gonna pop one out here and see what our room looks like. This may be too large. It's pretty good size. I think that works though for this particular room. It says great hall, but I don't believe this is a great hall. This is more of in my opinion, a sitting room. So with that, let's go ahead and try to throw in some maybe some furniture. And let's start with a chair, just to see, you know, what could be what. I'm gonna look for stuff that's not medieval, because there's a lot of that obviously in here, and just to see how far I can get with something that isn't medieval. I might not be able to get too far at all. That is a possibility. Things like this would probably work. Definitely this. Let's go ahead and take this leather chair. Now we can see that this room is probably a bit too small, but it's kind of a sitting room, like your guests get there and they are kind of greeted with a place to sit and wait. So we're just gonna do this. I used to have a front entry room kind of like this, and you can sit, and it had a table between two chairs. So let's just look up a little table here. And like I said, this room might eventually look too small, but we can affect that. We can fix that as well. So let's just scroll down all these tables. Now, like I said, once again, I'm trying to find not medieval. Something like this is pretty cool. I think I like that. Let's make it a little smaller though, because I think that is a little tall as well. So something like this, maybe like not a phone table, but something you would assume, could be a phone table. I'm just gonna look for some decoration, see what could be what. I do dig rugs. Maybe something kind of like this. That is a huge rug, but I think it looks really good, so we'll throw that down there. And I'm just gonna kind of look around. I think this room might be too small, but I'm gonna make that decision later on. I'm gonna take this piece of furniture out for now. I just love the way these things pop in and out. It's so cool. And we're gonna probably put a little fireplace or something here at the end. I don't know exactly where to find that at, but let's just go ahead and go fire. And there should be all kinds of stuff with fire on it. These are like braziers and torches and a burning book. That's pretty sweet. And I'm just going to kind of look here until I find something that is like a fireplace. There's a kiln. There's some other bits and things here. I just want a fireplace, you know, something to house a fire. Here are some. Let's find out how big these are, though. That one is. I'm gonna have to probably move that window, I'm thinking. So let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna go to this little window tool here, select this window and trash it. Let's go back into our objects now and see if this can go on this wall now. It won't center on the wall, which is kind of lame. Therefore, let's fix that problem. I already thought the room was a little small anyway, right? So we're just going to go to our edit room here. I'm going to select that room. And I'm going to edit room shape, which will allow me to add onto it. I'm just going to add one more row right here. And that should give us a wide enough room now that I can throw that fireplace hopefully in the center. I'm going to go back here to objects, find a little fireplace, goes right in the middle. So now we need to decide if this is the one we want. We could use a stove, which is a little lame for this cool place. I'm thinking that one fireplace is going to be our pick, unless we use a bigger one, which is a pretty big fireplace for this small room. So I think we should go back up to this smaller one. I don't know the difference between this one and this one, but that looks good. We've got a little jug or something sitting down here on the ground. This one is the same one, I think, but it doesn't have the little jug sitting there. So either way, that is fine. And what I'll wind up doing is putting on some fireplace tools and stuff like that. So I'm gonna check real quick and see. Ooh, look at that. I'm gonna check and see if this is in fact broadcasting to the channel, because I would hate to be doing this all morning and find out it wasn't even streaming. As far as I can tell, it is though, so that's good news. All right, so if you have anything you want to say, if you want to chat, you want to, you know, flip me the bird or something, feel free, because we're just playing here now. All right, so cool. There is the beginnings of this room. What else could be here now? I'm just going to go through some decoration, you know, just kind of get an idea. I'm going to get rid of this fire tag here. There's our rugs, you know. Let's go with food and drinks, see what might be in here. Now, I don't really know if something should be in here just yet. I mean, it would be kind of cool to maybe put like a coffee thing, a carafe, you know, of some kind of, you know, the decanter, you know, would be pretty good for possibly, we could throw a bottle here on the on the table. That might be a little big, I think, for what I was thinking. So something maybe a little more hand size. I do think these crazy candle holders are a little bit big. You know, maybe not. I think maybe this tea tray might be a better choice than this bottle. So let's just go ahead and drag it over here, and I think maybe make it a little smaller. Let's click on the table itself and just kind of move it out. I love the way it moves everything that you've put on it as well. It's very, very cool. Let's just kind of get a feel here as to where that should be. I'm going to shift it back just slightly, some more toward the wall there, like that. I think that will work so far. So you can sit down here, have some tea. The lighting, I think, it's okay. I'm going to actually come in here to our lighting tab and probably make this a bit more dark, a little more sunsetty, I guess. I personally really like the lighting. So if we turn it even all the way off, we're going to get this nighttime vibe here. It's not bad. I think, though, that somehow we should probably have more lighting. Right now, there's just a room with a painting on the wall. I'm going to go back here into our objects and just start looking around some more as to what could be where. I don't necessarily think we would store wine or anything next to the fireplace. I'm not sure any of these other mugs, drinks, or whatever right now should be here. There might need to be some kind of bureau thing. We could put some decanters on, but maybe not. But let's just look through here. We've got so much to choose from. Bookcases, we might want to go with something like this on this side, and perhaps even this side to kind of balance the room out. This is saying I can't have it there, and it's probably because of that torch. So with that, let's go ahead and grab that torch maybe, and just, I don't know if we could slide it over. No, let's not do that. Let's just delete it for the moment. We can always find new lighting, in my opinion. And we might not even want to be doing this. We will see, though. I'm just going to grab this and see if it fits this time, which it does. And we're going to do another one right here, which I dig. And if it's going to let me, I think we should put some kind of lighting here back. So I'm just going to go back to the lights. And we're going to go with candles. And there's going to be like these wall candles, which should still exist. We'll just have to search. It might be under torches, though. But I think this will still be classified as a candle. We'll see when I find it. I'm not seeing it. So this must be considered a torch. No. Probably a wall light. Wall-mounted candles. There we go. That's what I was looking for. Let's just see what this one is like. So it does work, but it's pretty crowded. If we were to stick it there, don't really care for that. So let's find a candle that can go on a shelf and kind of light the area up. Those are, and you can unsnap it to where, I think you can anyway. Yeah, you can put it where you want as long as you are not putting it right up against a wall. I thought you could press shift or something. Maybe that was in Dungeon Draft. So I could put it right here if I wanted to, something like that, which I kind of like. I'm just going to look around. This one's kind of on the floor. See if we can put this on the counter here, which we should be able to. Yeah. And that way we've got a little bit of light for this area. We can always come in here and turn it off or on. We can change the color of the light, which is just nuts in itself, in my opinion. And let's go ahead and leave that there. Cool. So far, not bad. I'm going to go back to these bookcases and stuff. See if there's a low table, maybe. Just going to keep looking until I find something. And what I mean by a low table is just something that can sit under this painting, probably. Just a small, sort of thin table. That had to populate real quick. So let me just scroll back up and just kind of roll down here and see if there is something usable. Like a long, slender hallway table type table. I think that would look kind of nice. So how's everybody doing today? Just if you're watching, let me know, please. And let me see here that everything's good. I'm going to close this little window here, making sure my stream doesn't end. Oops. Let's see now. I'm just going to type hey in the chat window. Hey everyone. Just to make sure that that's going well. And as far as I can tell, all good. So let's just keep looking here. What else we might be able to use? I want to find that low, like a low, long, skinny table would be ideal. Let's just go and go and go. Like I said, I'm really developing this idea for this game. It might be kind of cool to make some, you know, some maps and stuff for it first. A lot of the time I start, of course, with the concept, and well, I've got a concept, but I mean, you know, the actual rule books first. But I think this might be kind of cool because I need to be inspired, you know. Maybe counters. Maybe it's considered a counter. I think these are really big, so let me just double check. Yeah, that's not gonna work. So let's just look around some more. Benches, cupboards, shelves, desks. I'm just gonna look until let's see, armory. I know we're gonna have some cool stuff in there. Suits of armor, which it seems appropriate, you know, for a sitting room. This thing, though, if I don't know if that's how you guys feel, but look how huge this thing is. It's a little too big in my opinion. I mean, it's the same scale as the chair, but the wall height is a little odd for me. And I'm wondering, can I, if I like hold shift or something, can I stick this, you know, somewhere that's not. So that's not bad. It's not great because I'd rather that be, you know, a little more in, like maybe there. Does that work? It seems to. Cool. Works for me. So there's a suit of armor. We needed to fill that little corner up with something. Anyway, we can put something else over here, like a tall standing thing. I'm just gonna look around here. That's a helmet stand. Wonder if those could go on the shelf, something like that. I don't believe it can because that looks a little small for a helmet, in my opinion. So let's see. Well, that one can go there. I mean, that's kind of neat. Let's flip it around because I think that front should be the front. And I wonder, can we put the helmet stand and get the helmet on a stand? Does that work? I guess doesn't work that way. Flip this one around. Let's take another one, maybe lay it this way. Maybe the guy's really into armor. I know I have some friends like that, if you could believe it. And we'll just stick that there. And I don't know if that's a helmet stand, but it's not going to work because we can't put a helmet on it. So I'm just going to get rid of it. Oh, here's a helmet with a helmet stand on it. Let's just call this his own little armory collection here. And we'll just put that like so. Looking good. Those are hangers. This is another piece. Let's just grab this other one. Sort of stick it down on the bottom here for fun. Flip it around. Looks like the wings are kind of going through, but I don't think anyone's going to notice. In fact, when we look at this from the above, we won't even probably see anything on that shelf, which is a little bit sad. But if we want to, I can always make an image of that and move it around. Okay, so here are our two chairs, our lighting, our suit of armor. We can take this rug now, probably. I think it would be better if we went like so. And in fact, let's move that table back to the wall in between the chairs again. And cool, I think that works pretty good. I'm just gonna keep looking around, see if there's some more cool stuff. We could throw a mirror in here, I guess, at some point, or probably no religious stuff, I don't think. Screens, garden, accessibility, and ruined. Not really what I'm looking for there. Okay, so there's lights. Let's see if we can get maybe a, you know, shorter, or I mean, sorry, a taller light somewhere in a corner, something to make this interesting. I'm thinking about making that tea set smaller. It just feels, I don't know, it feels right as far as the size of the, oh boy, I keep clicking on things. It feels right as far as the size of the stuff goes, but that plate itself is a little large, I think. I'm just gonna make that a little smaller, shift it back to where it's not completely taking up the entire thing. And yes, you can select the entire plate or the things that are on it, which is pretty cool. Alright, we'll leave that like that. And I'm thinking there needs to be a little light probably over here. Possibly. So let's just make a little candle light area. Perhaps a hanging sort of light illuminating the area. I mean, that's kind of cool. Let's just see if I zoom out how that's going to be. I really wish we get full wall height on these, but I get it because you want to be able to see, you know, over the walls at an angle here like so. But that's kind of cool. Maybe. I don't know if the blue is great. You can always change this to, you know, the orange. I think maybe that one specifically cannot. I'm going to delete that one and let's try this one. Might feel a bit more, you know, correct. I kind of wish you could also raise and lower the height of it, but I don't think it has that ability, unfortunately. Just moving around. So I wanted to get this kind of closer is my whole point. Let's see on this one. Yeah, see, they're so high up in the air. That's bothering me. I don't think there's a way to bring that down. All these hanging lights are so high up. Some of them are okay, but you know, be nice to have that option though. So let's look for maybe a different source of light. There's wall-mounted candles, torches, lanterns, braziers. That's a little big. Let's go with the wall-mounted lanterns. Trying to find something appropriate era, you know, for this thing that I want to do. So if we stick it there, that's a little much. That's can't be right over the head. That seems a little strange to me. It's not a lot of room. I think this is going to have to be some kind of freestanding situation. We'll just go with candles, and this is going to have to be like some kind of, like I said, freestanding or taller, you know, light. Try this one. I don't know if it's big. It's kind of big. So I'm wondering if we put a light between them and put the tables to the side, duplicate this, and I'll delete the, I can delete the setting. We'll stick this one here. I guess that is a no-go for that. So it does not fit. There's just too much stuff around it, like this guy. Perhaps he can move. We'll duplicate the table anyway. Stick it back over there. It's possible now we can put the armor back depending upon what it'll allow us to do. Let's see. It's red, it's red, it's red, it's red, it's white. So we might be able to leave him right there where we wanted him to begin with. I think that works. I want to push him back just until he turns red and come out just until he turns white. It's a strange point where he can be okay or not. So there, that works for me. And I want to put some kind of light, like I said, maybe here, maybe on another table. If we duplicate this one again, stick it there, and then I can take this light and throw it on top, and it won't let me put that light. Oh, yes, it will. Right on top of that table. Maybe. That's kind of interesting. I don't know how you guys feel about that, but there's plenty of other things that I can do as well. This lamp is pretty cool, maybe. Let's get rid of this one. I think it's a little big personally, so I'll just grab that and swap it out maybe for this one. Let's see what this looks like. Makes some interesting shadows for sure. That is not horrible. It'll look alright from the top as well. Okay, what else needs to be here? I mean, I see some possibilities for books. See if we can find some loose books though. There's some singles. Let's see if we can find books without a shelf. So like this stack would be kind of cool to just chuck in maybe there. Can even rotate it. Those need to be obviously a bit smaller in my opinion. It's funny because I say a bit, but what I mean is tons. And look at that, they're really cool because they generate differently every time you throw a stack. Let's see what it looks like from the top. Probably not going to be able to see them so much from the top, but you know, you get the idea. This is mainly for just when you're in the room, but we can always take an image from here. Oh, we can also generate this or create these images from this 3D perspective to where we can see essentially what's on the shelves. So that is not a bad way to go about it either. Maybe just a row of books if we can find that to go straight across the shelf, kind of like this. So I think those would be pretty cool. Let's turn them around. So yeah, cool. So that works for me. Didn't mean to do that. I think I'm gonna get rid of these though. They are singles, which is pretty cool. We can do them all or just one or two of them. Pretty cool. And I'm gonna grab just let's just grab maybe this section of books and sort of stick them here, flip them around. Yeah, that's nice. Cool, very nice. Okay, I'm almost thinking there should be some type of cabinet in here. I'm gonna make this painting a little, let's see if it'll let me make it smaller. It doesn't look like it. So I was just wondering if there was something we could put with some decanters or something on it. Let's go back to furniture. Let's try maybe tables again. This is a butcher's block. Let's see if there's an actual more appropriate sized table. Some of these are a little big. Let's make this, if it's going to fit in a better spot. I mean, that's not a horrible spot there. I kind of wanted something a little more rectangular. I think these are like morgue tables or something. This is a little large. Big time. I mean, you can make it smaller, but this one's cool. It's just made out of arms and flesh and stuff. Let's see. I just kind of want a side table, That's what this really needs to be. These are pretty sizey. So I'm just going to keep looking until I find something a bit more appropriate. This can all be sized down, though. Don't get me wrong. Let's see what this one looks like if I move it. So this one will let me put it right under there, which is kind of cool. And it's appropriate as far as that goes. Let me just see if there's something else real quick. This one's essentially kind of the same thing. I just wanted to find something a little shorter, you know, a little more appropriately sized. But I think overall that I'm going to be able to live with that one. I like the rustic look of it. It was kind of the reason why. Now, I mean, I'm just picking and choosing. We're not actually modeling this stuff, but, you know, it's still pretty cool. So let's put on some like decanters, bottles, stuff like that from our objects category here. Food and drink. We've already got a tea tray. There's a teapot. There's food, of course. I want to go mostly with the drink scenario. This obviously is a bit big in my opinion. Let's make that smaller. You can duplicate that, you know, once or twice and get those laid out. Let's see, dooby. I wonder if I can throw this on top of this table here. So maybe we have some vintage bottles and some different things there. Let's just scroll up, see what else we've got. Some decanters and bottles would be really cool, just kind of sitting around. This is kind of like the bar in the room. What is this? I don't know what a tea theater is. It's pretty cool looking though. This is like more of a potion, but I think this could represent an alcohol of some kind. Also this one too, just right here, sort of randomly in here. We can remember, this is not medieval, so we can throw in some different stuff, you know. It's a little wrong. Maybe some glasses, you know, a couple of these bottles that need to be made quite a bit smaller. You know, these look like bottles that are in liquor stores to me personally. And I'm just going to grab a glass or two or a goblet or two and check them out here. You know, as though this is where people come and grab something and discuss, you know, while in this room. So far so good, I think. This is just our sort of a smoking room for a few people. You know, 2 people can sit and talk. So this is like an entryway, well, a waiting room, you know, a sitting room while you wait for the guests to come down. It's quite possible we will maybe take the doorway off of this and leave it open. So I'm going to find an open doorway for now. Let's just see. There's an arch. We need to make it for something appropriate for this room. So quite possibly, let me see, make sure not we're going to destroy anything on this wall. I think that works pretty nicely. Looks good. We've got our bookcases and everything that need to be where they are. Okay, let's go with that. Okay, so now let's go back to our room. We're going to stay in mansion. I'm going to make a hallway. And I think that hallway can just sort of run maybe double width up here to start with. Not sure where we're taking things as far as this goes, but looks pretty good for an entryway hallway. We got our little sitting room off to the side. And I personally think the front door should go right here. So we're going to go back up to single doors, double doors. We could try something pretty grandiose. That's a cathedral door. Let's see if it looks worth a crap. That is a huge door though. We need to do more of a smaller, large door. That is not bad. Let's stick with that one for the moment. This says Gothic door, which might be better, which I do, in fact, like better. Cool. Okay, so this is the hallway that leads down the house, and what will be on this will lead eventually into the main hall. I don't believe it needs a doorway there. I think this should also have an archway, and let's find out how big of an archway this can support. And we want to go probably with a Gothic archway, a decent sized one. So this is arch, baby, ding, 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 ding. Let's go with that's a coffered arch, which I dig. Let's see, Gothic. Let's see what that one looks like here instead. Yes, we're definitely going with the Gothic. Cool. Now from the top, I'm going to just keep checking. This is our mansion. You know, we've got our entry room here, the waiting room. We've got our hallway that comes in. We should probably put in here a carpet runner at the very least. So we'll go down to our objects, back down to the decoration, back to, is there some type of carpet? Oh, that's where we're at. So let's see if we can find a thinner, maybe like runner style carpet. I think there's only the one that is semi-useful. There's not, you know, every object you could ever want in here, which is a little bit sad, but at the same time, it works. It all works pretty well. All right, so let's get back out of there. Let's kind of take a look. It's looking good. I'm almost wanting these wall candles to be slightly different, but I'm not sure yet. I'm going to check my messages. And now we're going to figure out what our great hall is going to look like. I also don't know what this other front room on the other side should be. Maybe a study. We will see. I'm trying to think the overall floor plan of the place as well. But I know this should probably be our great hall. I'm thinking about making a secret passageway right here, since the hallway is a little longer than everything. I do not know where that door would go, probably somewhere along here, so that would mean these windows can vacate like that. No one needs to know. And then we will add some kind of secret hallway, I think, to this piece here to start with. And I might go with a completely different style. I do not like the objects, so we'll take the objects out. We don't need windows and doors in here either. And I'm just going to regenerate this section to be more as I need it. There we go. We still do have windows, it seems, on the outsides, but that's okay. We're going to get rid of those. I'm going to return all this back on just in case. And our windows, let's just go ahead and select them and trash them. So goodbye to you and goodbye to you. So this is going to be our little secret passage. I do not also want a doorway here, so I'm going to snap that out of there. And we need some kind of secret door. I don't know if they have those in here, but that's what we're going to look at. Let's see. Cloth. Special. This is gingerbread. Nope, not using gingerbread. Cloth. This is a ruined doorways. Rock. Fences. Arches. Iron. Double. Single. New. So I don't think there's anything specific in here, but I just wanted something to indicate this, mainly from the top. So if I were to put a single door and just go super basic on it, that could be exactly, you know, what we need. I could even make it maybe, if it'll let me, a certain color. Let's just stick one, let's say here, and I'm going to see what the options are. We've got the open and or close. We have the refresh or to flip, and then the color. And I'm going to go, if it'll let me do this, red. There's white. So it's more of a tint than anything. So I'm going to go with, let's just go full white on it, because that'll at least cue me in from the top that something's up with that door, like so. And then that way we can peer through, do whatever we need to do. I wonder if they have a tiny little window, because that might signify, you know, something a little better. It's a special window. There's a little gingerbread, but I wanted more of like a porthole. Cloth. Yeah, ruined. Iron. This little iris window, or this iris window, might be better suited. But then again, I don't think it's tiny. Let's just take a look here. Looks huge. Yeah, so that's not really what we're looking for. It's very cool though, but not what I'm looking for. Let's just find something super plain, super flat. You know, you can always throw in, and it's really an indicator that there would be a secret door here. So it's a little sad that we don't have something better to work with. I'm just going to go to single doors again and just grab, you know, something to make it different, especially from the top. We're going to see that this is obviously something special. And I'm wondering now if there is a way I can select it and change the color. And this one does not look like you can. That's fine. Okay, so with that, let's add a little lights in here. We're going to go to our objects. We're going to go to our lighting. And let's just make maybe a wall-mounted candle, probably. And just use some type of, let's do a lantern, actually. Do I see any wall-mounted lanterns? There's wall-mounted candles. This looks like a wall-mounted candle lantern. That should be the meeting of the two. So we'll just go ahead and grab that. That way I've got a little light sources in here. Trying to keep it out of the way of anything that you know, may exist in this room, like another doorway to somewhere else, etc. Okay, that works for me. We can get in and out of here. We need to get in and out of other rooms. I don't think I'm going to put one here. I think that will be fine for the moment. In fact, this can probably move them to that area and be a little nicer. And I think just the same, we're going to duplicate one of these. And I may go back and change some stuff out just for the sake of making it look cooler, having a little more room and or decor in here. Let's just go ahead and duplicate this one too to there. And now we've got a pretty nice layout, I think, for the whole place. I don't think that is too bad. Let's just look at the top here. I don't know what this secret passageway will contain, other than the fact that maybe you can look through various holes to see into the rooms secretly. And I think, though, that looks pretty cool. So we have our front door. You can come in here. We can be taken into the waiting room and sit here and talk and drink, whatever. That way people don't go any farther into the house. And then, of course, we can, let me undo that. We can go into our great room next. And this one's got to be bigger than this one. If we can get a piano and all that kind of stuff in there, I think that we should. So I'm just going to make a large room. Great hall. I don't know exactly how big said great hall should be, but let's do at least this big and see what happens. Now it's going to populate it for us, of course, and that is not horrible. Just want to think though. Let's also make our little hallway. We're going to edit that hallway. And we're going to go from here behind. That way our hallway wraps around. Whoops, did not mean to do that. I want to make that wrap around. Wrap around. Wrap around. Wrap up, and get down. Let's go ahead and add this to this one. Okay, so this is going to be a little difficult probably. We want to edit that, but it's, I don't know why it's not really considering it. We need to go back to hallway here. Got it. Nope. Undo that. And with this here, we need to deselect the room and select the hallway room. So let's go ahead and select this room. And now we can add onto it. So I apologize for that. There we go. And now this should add to our hallway. I really do want to, yeah, that is nice and open on the end. Works for me. So this is a secret hallway though. And this way we can see into this room here and whatnot. I'm thinking it's quite possible we're going to take out these windows so no one can see that we're doing these things. So let's just get rid of that one and this one. And I think that will be fine. If we put a window here, it's not a bad idea because we can always look out to the front and see what's happening here as well. And let's just grab just kind of a simple wood window, I think. Gothic probably, you know, kind of like these others to whatever degree they are. Let's find it's kind of a lattice window or something like that. I kind of want to go single on that. Not seeing exactly what I want, but we'll keep a looking. Alright, we'll just stick with this for the moment till I can find something better. This way, you know, people could look and see that we're looking through there from the outside, but if it's got a curtain on it, no one will ever know that this is not part of this room. And by the time you come in and go in this room, you're not going to remember there's not a window there. But it's better if you're in the secret passageway to be able to walk through and still peek out the front and know that, you know, is there somebody in front of my house or whatever you need to do. Okay, so this great hall, it's a bit overly big in my opinion. This should really just be the, you know, where any dancing happens and so on and so on. I think the statue's a little gaudy and silly. Let me undo that window. And I think also I might just want to refresh the room entirely. So I'm just going to grab it, refresh it, see what else comes up. That's not horrible. It's kind of boring. Let's try it again. Yeah. I'm all, We can have some tables at this end for, like, you know, some feasting and entertainment stuff. And, but maybe at some point in the night, this is also where some ceremonies may or may not happen. I do want to create a ceremonial room as well, which could be hidden as part of this room. So we could go here and edit this room shape. Let's just say, let's go with a living room or a study kind of vibe. And I'm just going to take part of this room here Let me just undo that. I'm going to take this back portion of the room and make this kind of, let's undo that again. I need a ceremonial space. Let's try this. I know it eats into that part of the room, but that's almost like a hint. What the heck is that? That something else is there. That thing is gigantic. I don't think we want this. So let's go back to our objects. We're going to select this thing. That is insane. We're going to select this thing. Hopefully. Get rid of it. And I think I'm going to make my ceremonial room here. This could have a secret door on it, because you don't want the public to know that. So let's go ahead and just give these standard. We use that weird gold door. We're just gonna, that way from the top we can see, oh, that must be a secret door. We'll hang a couple paintings or some suits of armor or bookcases along these walls. But this is going to be kind of like our little sort of banquet hall scenario. So I think we should put a privy. For those of you unaware, it's a bathroom over here. So back in our objects, I'm just going to look up toilet. And we can scroll around until we see one. There's a single holder. There's a double holder. I don't think we'd be good with that. So I'm going to use this latrine throne here. And let's turn it this way. And I'm going to get rid of the window here. We don't need no stinky windows. And get rid of that. So now we have this going on. I'm going to put a wall, if it will allow me to. We're going to take a wall, a wooden wall, trying to keep with our theme, the panels for now. Just use this one, and I'm going to see where it will let me stick. I think this is just going to change my walls. I don't think, yeah, that's not going to let me create a wall. We would have to do that still here in this area. So we're just going to go with bathroom, and I'm going to say this is our bathroom. Check. It's probably going to repopulate it. I can take the throne out if I wish. That may or may not work. So let me just find our toilet again, see if we can get it to be in here, which we can. Of course we can. And that looks great. And then now we'll need to put a door and a light. So let's grab a little candle, wall candle bit. Probably the wall mounted. We'll just stick one right about there. And then we need a door. So I don't believe that is a door. It may be. That is a door. But I think I want a different one. We'll just go down to our wood doors here and say, let's find something a little more elaborate. I mean, it's the bathroom. You wanna dress it up slightly. So that's not bad. Let's use this. That's a little ridiculous. Let's use something that doesn't necessarily look medieval, but looks classy. This one's a little much. It's not horrible though. This one's pretty nice. Let's just go with it. Okay, so that's the toilet. And the ceremonial room will be here. So I want to kind of go in and find some stuff. Not an effect, but some maybe an overlay or, you know, something that will allow me special pits. Interesting. Canal pits. What I'm looking for is some kind of ground. Here we go. symbols and whatnot. Let's just start trying to find something more appropriate for this room. So we have all these dimensional things, and I'm really just looking for a symbol to lay on the floor. Those are pretty gross. Let's go ahead and look here now. Magic utility. Interesting. We can stick one of these guys right over here for now. Bag of teeth. You never know. I'll just keep one of those right here on the shelf, right? The old black mirror, of course. You know, standard apparatus. Let me just find. That's not a bad idea. Stick this guy right about there. It's laying on the ground though, isn't it? Chicken feet and all kinds of lovely things. You know, a crystal ball. That works for me. This is a Diviner's font. That's a bit big. This is a display case of some kind. Let's stick that sucker up there. Just trying to find some usable. This is all strange stuff. Yeah, we can use that. Let's just keep going. That is amazing. Not this big giant hand. This little hand can be here for now. I do like these little hex puppets. You know, we have this wand we can stick on the table here. Don't know why that thing's jumping up and down, but hey, you know. Let's go with this magic circle now on the floor. Exactly what I was looking for. And could throw this in here just to, you know, make it more magical. That way when you look at the top, you know, it's pretty cool. Right? It's pretty neat. I'm going to grab the pot. And, well, let's go back from the 3D view and move that pot back to the center a little better. Get the orb slightly more centered on it, just to, you know, make it look a little better. Let's grab this and try to organize or align that a little more. That's fine. Okay, so let's just see if there's anything else that would be usable, useful, handy in here. This is the monkey paw, but in my opinion, you know, every house needs a good monkey paw. There's this pile o' teeth, hourglass. So there's this Potion Masters. I wonder if this is going to look better. Let's just stick this. I just wonder if this would look better from the top. Maybe. It just depends on whose house this is, you know? Let's get this larger. And then we'll take this guy and just move it over into the center. And then we can make it a little bit smaller. I think that's a bit large. You know, we're not cooking people in it or anything. Just knock that down to double toil and trouble size. We got some cool scrolls and whatnot laying around. That looks like this is floating. We have maybe a love potion kind of over here, just sitting there. You know, these things that these people make. Lots of hands, man. Ritual hands and whatnot. Just, can we get one of these here? Is that too much? Too big? Spectre. That's not creepy or anything. So we're summoning something there. All kinds of wands and nifty things. Don't know what that is, but this is like the love sack of the devil. Maybe. Okay. There's a wall of force. You never know. You might need a wall of fire. Just don't stand too close. We got, looks like an entire, what is this? An entire hut. A wandering hut. Then there's this cauldron, which is pretty cool. I don't know. I might like it better. So let's stick it over here. We're going to get rid of this one and resize that one, I guess. Let's just kind of move that back in the room. Size that sucker down because that is quite the pot. Yeah, I think that's cool. I don't know the difference between that one and this one. I think I like that other one a little better. Okay, well then we're going to go to magical decoration. I think all of this is pretty much what we have seen. Furniture, utility, decoration, and now looks like our portals and nifty stuff. And this is some abstract stuff we're not using. Downloadable objects. Labrador. No. Let's see. This is utility. This is going to be like armament, graveyard. Cool. The magic, I don't think had any more in there. I think we saw what we saw. The furniture, decorations. Maybe throw this on the wall over there. I think maybe something over here, like possibly this one. That is a stool, but hey, there's no reason not to set something on it. Just throw this up here on our little makeshift altar, I think. Just got to make sure that it's not blinking red like that. I'm just going to throw this on top of here. There we go. I think for the most part, we're set in this room. Get rid of that broom. I think it's kind of silly. I think we're mostly set here. Maybe if we had, you know, this lit globe kind of somewhere. Or another light, you know? Like a torch, a standing light, or something to that effect. Pillar mounted. This one is the entire pillar, is it not? Yep. And these would be, I guess, the same thing. So let's go ahead back to something more appropriate. Just trying to find something that works on the table there. Let's get rid of this jar, or at least move it down a ways. There we go. And then we can take a light of some kind and stick it in here. Maybe not overly magical. This whole thing needs to be somewhat realistic, you know. Even though there's magic and witchcraft and everything else in it, I don't want it to feel silly. So there's that. I think that's a pretty good ceremonial room. I do want to kill the windows to it, because we would not have those. So we'll just get rid of those. So no prying eyes, not here either, nor here. Perfect. And we could change the walls inside this room if we wanted to, which is not a bad idea. Go to walls, and let's just look. I mean, we've got old wood. I think that did the outside. We actually want to do the inside, so I'm going to make sure those are no longer there. Whoops. So, undo. Alright, we're going to have to go in here and delete the windows again real quick because I undid them and I don't think I... Okay, we're good. We're back to where we want to be. But now we're going to take the walls and we need to change the inner walls. So this is change all walls in room. This is change wall to change a specific place a wall. So this is something that I was looking for earlier that I totally skipped over. So we're going to change these one wall at a time, I think, because I really want to try and go inner and outer. So let's just kind of have a look. I want something kind of darker and different. And let's just scroll till we find something. Gothic wood paneled. That is pretty nice. Let's just do this. Now, is it changing the outside? He doesn't know. So we're going to try this one. And then look and no. Good. So we're just changing the insides as I wanted. I'm just trying to make this room look a little special in comparison to the others, which I think is a good idea. Okay, and last couple here just to make sure we get them all the way down. Cool. Okay, so now we're in business. Flooring is something I'd really like to change up if we can. This is kind of an interesting look. Maybe it's what we want because it is like necro, I think. Got skulls on the ground. This is another one. Let's just see. No, I like the skulls better. And then we have this tiled look. So many things that we can do here. I say we take some darker tile and line this wall with it by just going around the outside, leaving the center as it is. So for some reason I am unable to draw more tiles. Oh, well, I don't know what's going on there. Those did change. Let's try these now. Okay, good. Those have changed. Maybe we need something a little more different color. Because if this looks a little different, I think it's going to make that center look even cooler. So let's just go ahead and change these. It's got kind of a universe, cosmos kind of thing with the skulls in the middle too now. But this outer ridge looks a little like spacey in a weird, interesting way, like it's the energy of the universe or something. I'm just going to keep telling myself that. Cool, that works for me. Let's go with that symbol here one more time. Where's our decorations? Here. This is going to be down here. I don't know if I can adjust the amount. The amount of what you call it. Now I can't find where the symbols are. It's assuming they were just in here. So probably in objects. Decoration, do we still have this? I am just trying to find this lovely pentagram still. It's not in furniture, so now I'm trying to figure out where in the heck could it be. Magical decoration, I assumed, but it is not. So we're gonna have to keep looking around. But I wanted to be able to take this and adjust its opacity, but I guess we cannot. Check my messages here. See what is happening real quick. Let's see. All right, cool. So that looks all right. I'm thinking I'm going to make this a little smaller to uncover some of those cool skulls in the floor. Like so. Yes, and now we have our little ceremonial room. We have our bathroom. We need something going on over here. I don't know exactly what yet. And this would be kind of our dancing and entertaining area that will, of course, need some decoration and stuff too. But so far, so good. All right, I'm going to let you guys go. Thank you for checking this live stream out, and let me know what you think. And like, subscribe, and the whole thing. All right, talk to you soon.